Okay, so here is a video on receiving payments in Leap with cash or check, and specifically on recording the deposits for those things. So I am just going to go to any old random matter here, and I will receive a payment, and then I will show you what that looks like. So this will be true no matter where you receive a payment. So for example, under general accounting, looks like it's a new matter that doesn't have any invoices or anything on it. But if you were receiving a payment against an invoice, for example, it would be true for any sort of general funds received. I'm just going to do it with trust because I can easily receive a trust retainer without creating an invoice to show you what that looks like. So under trust, if we receive payment, I'll just do two in here. I'll say maybe she gave us cash and it was, I don't know, $500 in bills, and the reason is trust retainer. That was $500. So this is one here. So you can save and close, or you can save a new bank deposit. What I'm going to do right now is I will save and close, because that way I can show you how to get back in to record a bank deposit for a payment. So save and close. Oh, you know why? It's because this client has no street address. And apparently it's not compliant to receive money from somebody if you don't have their address on file or make payments. That's all right. I'll just click OK. So we have a payment here. So now this money is considered undeposited funds because I've received the payment, but I've not recorded the deposit according to Leap. If I had clicked Save a New Deposit, I could have done that right away in one step, which is the simplest way of doing it. Otherwise, if I have it here, I can reopen it, and I can click these three. Where can I do it? Down here. Save a New Bank Deposit. And so this is where I'm going to record the deposit for it. So it will automatically show that when we received the money and when we entered it. But what we're going to do is we're going to set the date that we actually deposited it. In this case, it's going to be the same. But if you're going back and fixing these because you entered this 2 weeks ago and you'd actually deposited it 2 weeks ago, you can set this to 2 weeks ago as well. Memo if you need to, it doesn't matter. So save and close. So now I've recorded that I've not only received the money from the client, but I've deposited it into my bank account. And so what happens is Leap will print that right here. We'll print like a trust bank deposit slip that you can access in your reports later. You can just close this and ignore it. I know some lawyers are really excited. Instead of having like a deposit slip, they can actually take this to the bank and get the teller's name. You don't actually need to like print this in real life or anything. So there I've taken cash, and then I've also recorded the deposit. I'm going to do another one with cash just as an example. Trust retainer, cash. Get 500 again. And so I could save a new bank deposit right away. I'm just going to save and close this. And then I'm also going to receive a payment by check. So payment type is, I'll just say it's a general check. And then you can put in the information on the actual check if you have it. I'm putting in zeros because I don't have it. And then let's say trust retainer again for $500. And again, you can save and record the deposit all in one step. Like let's say, this morning a client gave you a check, and then you took a picture of the check and deposited it to your online banking from your phone app or something. Or you deposited it in the morning and you're recording this in the afternoon. Whatever it might be, if it's already deposited, you can record the deposit at the same time. But I'm just going to save and close for now because I am going to show you how you can also do bulk deposits. So now I have technically sitting, from this transaction, I have $500 cash and a $500 check that are just sitting here. They got to be deposited. Maybe I'll go to the bank and I'll deposit them together because that's handy. But what will happen is when I deposit them together on my general ledger in my bank account, it's going to show a $1,000 deposit. So if I'm depositing it together and I want it to match, I can go to menu, accounting, and then this is a trust deposit I'm making. If I'm depositing it into my general account, should say new bank deposit. Right down here for general, new bank deposit for if I'm depositing funds into my general account. These are all trust, so under trust accounting, I'm going to make a new bank deposit. And then you can see here that it's going to show any outstanding payments that you have received, but that you have not yet deposited, or at least recorded as deposited. So then you can check off, okay, which ones am I depositing right now? What was the date I deposited them? And so you can see there's cash for 500, there's a check for 500, the deposit total is 1,000. I'm going to save and close, and now it's going to print me that same deposit slip, but it's going to show both the amounts here. So in Leap, and when it integrates with QuickBooks, it will show a total of $1,000 deposit, which will then match your bank account showing a $1,000 deposit. So that's how you do it if you're depositing multiple items at once. So hopefully that makes sense, but let me know if you have any questions.